Out of the blue corner, she is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125.6 pounds and in 9 professional bouts has earned a record of 5 wins and 4 losses. Fighting out of Örebro, Sweden, Malin Hermansson!
Okay, you've got to get busy here. You've got to show me something.
Malin Hermansson walked up to the microphone and delivered a message that sent shockwaves through the MMA world. She looked the cameras dead in the eye and told everyone watching she felt zero pressure going into this fight. Zero pressure against Dakota Ditcheva.
You can see Hermansson just trying to lock up one of those arms. Again, Hermansson, the arms are almost presenting themselves. A gip wrap to a BJJ player. Powell gets out the back door, but Hermansson slams a shot at it, choke us in with no hooks, but that looks on. And then the time she gets it! The kickboxer gets the submission finish. If you ask most people here, weren't expecting to see.
How do you like your chokes? Freshly squeezed. That is beautiful. Elicits the tap. En route to the first stoppage victory of her career. No need for the hooks when you have that kind.
And when Dakota heard every single word, she didn't panic. She didn't argue. She just smiled, because Dakota Ditcheva doesn't need to trash talk. She lets the cage do the talking. In the lead up to this massive event, a reporter sat down with Malin Hermansson and asked her a straightforward question, a question most fighters would answer carefully. He asked, with this being such a big event, and being one of the big fighters on this card, how do you feel with the pressure? And Malin, she didn't hesitate for a single second. She leaned in and said, I don't have any pressure. The pressure is on her. It's her home audience. She's the poster girl. I don't have any pressure. I got into this fight 3 weeks ago. She underestimates me. I'm just here to do it one more time.
With this being such a big event and being one of the big fighters on this event, how do you feel with the pressure?
I don't have any pressure. The pressure is on her. It's her home audience. She's the poster girl. I don't have any pressure. I got the fight for 3 weeks ago. She underestimated me. I'm just here to.
Now let's break that down, because this wasn't just confidence. This was a calculated message. Malin was essentially telling the whole world, Dakota is the favorite, Dakota has everything to lose. And Malin, she's got nothing but upside. On paper, it sounds smart. Come in as the underdog, take the pressure off yourself, and let the favorite crumble under expectations. But here's the problem with that plan. Dakota Ditcheva thrives under pressure. She doesn't crumble. She unleashes.
Kom igen! Ett guld! Kom igen! Kom igen!
And Malin was about to find that out the hard way. Now, when the reporters turned to Dakota and shared what Malin had been saying, Dakota's response was ice cold. No yelling. No pointing fingers. Just that quiet, dangerous calm that every Dakota Ditcheva fan knows too well. She said, the last 2 opponents I've had, they had a few things to say beforehand. And sometimes the things they say just get me annoyed. And I don't know why they do it, because it just makes me more angry. The reporter pushed further. He asked, what's the most annoying thing one of your opponents has ever said? And Dakota paused. Then she said, this one said, she's unbeaten, but she's not unbeatable. Fair enough, I'm not going to disagree with that. But you're definitely not the one to do it. So I don't know why you're saying it. Just stuff like that annoys me. I just think, all right, wait until you get in the cage. Then we'll see.
The last 2 opponents I've had here and the last one, they had a few things to say beforehand, but it just, sometimes a few things that they say get me annoyed and I feel like I don't know why they do it because it just makes me more angry.
Can I ask what's the most annoying thing that one of your previous opponents has said?
Oh, well, this one that she said was like, she's what did she say? She's unbeaten. She's unbeaten, but she's not unbeatable. Fair enough. I'm not, but you're definitely not the one to do it. So I don't know why you're saying it. So just stuff like that just annoys me. I just think, all right, wait until you get in, and then we'll.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dakota Ditcheva difference. She doesn't need to scream. She doesn't need to pound her chest. She just looks at you with those eyes and says, wait until we get in there. And every single time, she backs it up. Malin lit the fuse. Dakota was already the bomb. But it didn't stop there. Dakota took to social media, posting a message on Twitter, now known as X, that put the whole fight community on notice. Her tweet was short. It was simple. And it said everything without saying anything at all.
As we've seen a couple times already, here's a clinch now. We've seen this big dividends for Dakota Ditcheva in the past. Pressing Hermansson against the cage. Do we have Dakota trying to work for a takedown here, or is she just trying to work for frames so she can...
Something to the effect of, keep talking, I'll keep finishing. Or if referencing the unbeatable comment, unbeaten, not unbeatable. I've heard it. See you soon. The post blew up instantly. Thousands of shares, fighters reacting, fans tagging Malin. The MMA world was watching, and Dakota made absolutely sure everyone knew she wasn't taking this lightly.
Very nasty. The knees to the head come from nowhere. We saw her finish in this exact position. The time needs the body in that finish.
The message was sent, the fight was booked, and now it was time to deliver. Fight night arrived, and from the opening bell, it was immediately clear that only one of these women had truly prepared for this moment. Dakota Ditcheva came out like a force of nature, calm, precise, and absolutely vicious.
Beautiful takedown. Excellent guard. Ditcheva just put her right leg behind the hips of Malin Hermansson. Pull her right back and into side control. Good top control here from Dakota. Might be a shot to the system for Hermansson. May not have been expecting this kind of fight. The strong side control position for Dakota.
She established her Muay Thai stance immediately light on her feet, snapping out quick jabs, firing powerful leg kicks, and systematically breaking down Malin's confidence with every exchange. Malin tried to find her rhythm. She threw combinations. She moved laterally. She did everything she'd practiced. But Dakota's speed and precision shut down every attempt before it could develop.
In this exact position, the time needs the body in that finish. The timing on her knees is different. She creates just a little bit of space, and her opponent is not value at that point. Beautiful takedown. Excellent work. Ditcheva just put her right.
The jabs kept Malin at distance. The low kicks damaged her base. And every time Malin tried to step forward, she was met with a sharp, intercepting strike that sent her backwards. Then came the shift. After softening Malin up on the feet, Dakota switched gears, transitioning the fight to the ground, and surprising the entire crowd, who expected her to stay standing. Once on top, it was over in everything but name.
Needs the body in that finish. The timing on her knees is different. She creates just a little bit of space, and her opponent is not value at that point. Beautiful takedown. Excellent work. Ditcheva just put her right leg behind the hips of Malin Hermansson. Pulled her right back and into side control.
Dakota immediately established control, kept Malin pinned, and began unleashing a relentless barrage of ground and pound punches, elbows, calculated and devastatingly precise, until Malin could no longer intelligently defend herself. The referee stepped in. Fight over. Dakota Ditcheva wins by TKO. And just like that, Malin's bombshell message had become the biggest mistake of her fight camp. After the final horn, or rather, after the referees waved, the footage told the whole story.
Number one, declaring your winner due to submission via a rear naked choke. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
Amy Perney just dropped a massive bombshell message to Dakota Ditcheva ahead of their highly anticipated showdown. This is getting real, and both fighters are making it clear this isn't just another fight. This is personal, this is legacy, and this is going to be absolutely explosive. Amy Perney just dropped a statement that has the entire combat sports world talking. When asked about facing Dakota Ditcheva, here's what she had to say. Yeah, everybody comes for the championship, don't they? So, it would be awesome to actually get to that stage. But I'm just happy to fight whoever's put in front of me.
Yeah, everybody comes for the championship, don't they? So it would be awesome to actually get to that stage. But I'm just happy to fight whoever's put in front of me.
Now, on the surface, this might sound humble, but let's read between the lines here. Amy is making it crystal clear. She's not intimidated by Dakota's undefeated record or her reputation. She's saying, bring on anyone. And that includes the so-called unbeatable Dakota Ditcheva. What makes this statement even more powerful is Amy's history. She's not just talking. She's already proven she can hang with the absolute best. She's battle-tested, she's experienced, and most importantly, she has the skills to back up every word she says. Amy is positioning herself as the underdog who's ready to shock the world. And if history has taught us anything, it's that you should never count out a fighter with this kind of confidence and composure.
£114.5 to make weight. Wow.
But Dakota Ditcheva isn't backing down either. When asked about the upcoming fight with Amy Perney, Dakota responded with her own powerful message. I am. You know, it's not far away now. So now I'm back, and you know, I've done this one. I'm excited to get to the next one now. So, you know, it's going to be a brilliant fight. A fight that, you know, it will be exciting for not just us, but, you know, the Muay Thai boxing world is all excited to see it. So I'm excited to put the performance on.
Are you excited for it?
I am. You know, it's not far away now. So now I'm back and, you know, I've done this one. I'm excited to get to the next one now. So, you know, it's going to be a brilliant fight that, you know, it will be exciting for not just us, but, you know, the Thai boxing world are all excited to see it. So
Dakota is showing zero signs of pressure here. She's embracing the moment, she's acknowledging the hype, and she's making it clear that she's ready to deliver a performance. Notice how she says, I'm excited to put the performance on. That's not just fighting talk. That's championship mentality. Dakota understands this is the biggest fight of her career so far. She knows the entire combat sports community is watching, and she's welcoming that pressure with open arms. This is what separates champions from contenders, the ability to thrive under the brightest lights. But wait, there's more. Dakota didn't stop with just her verbal response. She took to Twitter to send her own message, further amplifying the tension between these two warriors. While we don't have the exact tweet in front of us, what we do know is that Dakota is using every platform available to make her presence felt. This is psychological warfare at its finest. Both fighters are trying to get inside each other's heads before they even step into the cage. Social media has become such a crucial part of building fights in modern combat sports, and both Amy and Dakota understand this perfectly. Every post, every comment, every interview, it all adds to the narrative and builds the anticipation for what's going to be an absolutely explosive encounter. So let's talk about what makes this fight so incredibly special. You have two of the most talented female fighters on the planet. Both in their primes, both hungry, and both convinced they're going to win. Dakota Ditcheva brings an impressive undefeated record in MMA, devastating power in her strikes, elite Muay Thai background with championship pedigree, youth, speed, and that killer instinct, the confidence of someone who's never tasted defeat. Amy Perney brings extensive fighting experience across multiple disciplines, technical brilliance and tactical intelligence, the ability to implement game plans perfectly, heart, determination, and the mindset of a true warrior. Nothing to lose and everything to prove. This is a classic clash of styles and mentalities. Dakota has been dominant and is looking to continue her reign. Amy is the hungry challenger who believes she has the blueprint to pull off the upset of the year. The convergence of these two fighters is exactly what combat sports needs right now. It's not just about winning, it's about legacy. It's about proving who truly belongs at the top of the division.
Jab. Jab. Two. Jab. Double. Jab. 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 Double. Double up.
The stakes for this fight couldn't be higher. For Dakota Ditcheva, this is about maintaining her undefeated status and continuing her march toward championship glory. A loss here would be devastating, not just to her record, but to the aura of invincibility she's built around herself. For Amy Perney, this is her moment to prove she belongs among the elite. A victory over Dakota would instantly catapult her into championship contention and cement her legacy as one of the most dangerous fighters in the division.
4.4 strikes per minute. Oh my goodness! And this one is over! Amy Perney! What a one championship debut! As she knocks up!
But beyond the individual stakes, this fight matters for the entire sport. The Muay Thai and MMA communities are buzzing about this matchup because it represents the highest level of female combat sports. Both fighters have acknowledged that fans worldwide are excited to see this, and that's because we're witnessing the collision of two truly special talents. This isn't just another fight on the card. This is the fight that everyone will be talking about. This is the fight that could steal the show and create a defining moment in both of their careers. So who wins this epic showdown? Honestly, this is one of the toughest fights to predict. Dakota has the momentum, the undefeated record, and the physical tools to dominate anyone. But Amy has the experience, the technique, and clearly the belief that she can get the job done. What we know for certain is that both fighters are prepared to leave it all in the cage. Both have sent their messages, both have made their intentions clear, and now it's time to let their skills do the talking. This fight is going to be an absolute war. Expect fireworks, expect drama, and expect one of these warriors to cement their place in combat sports history. That's all for today's breakdown of the Amy Perney versus Dakota Ditcheva showdown. The messages have been sent, the lines have been drawn, and we're just counting down the days until these two step into the cage and settle this once and for all. What do you think? Who's winning this fight? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any updates as we get closer to fight night. Thanks for watching, fight fans. Until next time, stay sharp, stay ready, and keep your gloves up.
The fighters introducing us, fighting out of the blue corner, the Record Warriors, to the beast, representing FBG Dublin 24.
Shauna Bannon drops the massive bombshell on Dakota Ditcheva. This UFC girl thinks she could beat Dakota, but Dakota fires back. She didn't know Dakota would dominate the fight in the most unexpected way possible.
Fight week was actually a break. My life is so hectic at home. I have a 3-year-old boy and I train full time. So it's go, go, go. Like literally every minute of my day is penciled in for something. So when I landed in Manchester, I kind of took a step away from the media, so I didn't have to do as much as normal this time. So this fight week was literally a break for me. It was a bit of time for me. I was in my bedroom on my own for most of it, and it was lovely.
Shauna Bannon said, "Fight week was actually a break. My life is so hectic at home. I have a 3-year-old boy, and I train full-time, so it's go, go, go. Like literally every minute of my day is penciled in for something. So when I landed in Manchester, I kind of took a step away from the media, so I didn't have to do as much as normal this time. So this fight week was literally a break for me. It was a bit of time for me. I was in my bedroom on my own for most of it, and it was lovely."
Came here quite early today, actually. I was here to check out the cage and walk down the walkway, and, you know, it just gets you in the mood. It just gets you, like, mind frame, like, totally on it. So, yeah, it's quite an important part for me, I think, and I'm ready to go now, yeah.
Yeah. This UFC girl thinks she could beat Dakota, but Dakota fires back. "Yeah, I came here quite early today, actually. I was here to check out the cage and walk down the walkway, and, you know, it just gets you in the mood. It just gets you into a mindset totally on it. So yeah, it's quite an important part for me, I think, and I'm ready to go now." Dakota said, "I'm ready," and she just literally finished Shauna Bannon's career.
Who do you see? Who do you watch and say, I'm better than them?
I mean, I could have the title if I went there, but for me, I just I
You
feel
feel
like
right
I've
now,
got-
looking at the two people who are fighting for their belt, you could beat them right now. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I definitely think I'd be up there.
Your skill set matches up perfectly with theirs. It's not like they're wrestlers or anything like that.
No, and I think we'll see that when I win this season now, and, you know, say I beat someone like Liz Carmouche and Talia Santos. As soon as I've beat them, I think, what else can people expect other than greatness for the rest of the year?
But before we get into this explosive story, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss our incredible MMA content. Bannon admitted, "Fighting pregnant, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? I was like 6 weeks pregnant, fighting Dakota. That was a big shock to me as a human being."
You bounced back from the adversity, got the submission win, showed a different side to your game that we haven't seen. Like, in terms of checking a lot of boxes, I'm sure that was a very satisfying win for you.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we didn't plan on getting dropped. But I think it made the fight a little bit more exciting for the fans. So, do you know what I mean? I planned on taking her down and maybe submitting her, but look, it is what it is. And I think coming back from that adversity is something that kind of, I suppose every fight you learn so much. And like when you're in there under the bright lights and you get dropped like that, and then you can come back and get a finish a couple of seconds later, I think that gives you a lot of confidence going in, then going forward. And I feel like it's my 4th fight in the UFC now, be my 9th professional fight. So it's just, I just feel like I'm starting to really feel at home there, and it's like I know what to expect.
Let that sink in for a moment. While Dakota Ditcheva was unleashing her devastating striking arsenal, Bannon was unknowingly carrying her son Jace in her womb. She didn't discover the truth until 10 days after the fight ended. The Irish warrior described the moment she found out. "I only discovered it 10 days after the fight. Then I rang the hospital because you have to register to say you're pregnant. I was like, I just have one little thing that might be important. I actually just fought. They were like, okay, come in and we'll give you a scan."
The biggest names in MMA right now in Dakota Ditcheva and Chanel Dyer, who I think has the potential to join her in that category. What was it like to come up against those two women, both incredible strikers like yourself? Is there something that sticks out from those memories? Because it's quite rare to have. I know that, you know, the European women's MMA scene is not that large. You're quite likely to either run into someone along the way or train alongside them if you haven't fought them already or are going to fight them. So it's not uncommon, but it is quite unique, I think, that you have faced both of them. And I think that, you know, you're now all making a big impact on the global stage.
Yeah, so I think with the Dakota fight, I was obviously pregnant on Jace and I didn't know. So my wake up for that was crazy. Like, I just wasn't sweating. Obviously, Jace was like, give me the liquid. So that weight cut was a bit of a disaster, which then I felt like my refuel was a bit of a disaster, because I remember when I weighed in, I was like 0.3 over, and like I was like, right, I'll get back in the sauna, because it was for the belt. So if I didn't make the weight, it wasn't for the belt. So I was like, I'll get back in the sauna, and that 0.3 took so long to come off. It was crazy.
Can you imagine the doctor's reaction? This wasn't just any sparring session. This was a 5-round amateur title fight against one of the most dangerous strikers in women's MMA. But the pregnancy wasn't the only challenge Bannon faced that night. The weight cut itself was an absolute disaster, and now we know why. Bannon recalled the horrific experience. With the Dakota fight, I was obviously pregnant with Jace, and I didn't know. So my weight cut for that was crazy. I just wasn't sweating. Obviously, Jace was like, give me the liquid.
With the Dakota fight, I was obviously pregnant on Jace, and I didn't know. So my weight cut for that was crazy. Like, I just wasn't sweating. Obviously, Jace was like, give me the liquid. So that weight cut was a bit of a disaster, which then I felt like my refuel was a bit of a disaster, because I remember when I weighed in, I was like 0.3 over, and like I was like, right, I'll get back in the sauna, because it was for the belt. So if I didn't make the weight, it wasn't for the belt. So I was like, I'll get back in the sauna, and that 0.3 took so long to come off. It was crazy.
She continued, I was like 0.3 pounds over, and I was like, right, I'll get back in the sauna. It was for the belt, so if I didn't make the weight, it wasn't for the belt. That 0.3 took so long to come off, it was crazy. Think about what was happening here. Bannon's body was fighting to protect her unborn child while she was desperately trying to shed those final ounces. After finally making weight, she crashed hard. When I weighed in, I just had no energy, and I slept for like hours, but I didn't refuel properly, she admitted. Adding insult to injury, Bannon discovered on fight day that the bout was scheduled for 5 rounds, not the typical 3 rounds she was used to in Irish title fights. She went into battle depleted, pregnant, and unprepared for the extended duration. The fight took place on February 29, 2020, at UK Fighting Championships 13 in Preston, England. This was an amateur women's flyweight title fight, and both fighters came in hungry for victory. Bannon remembered, I feel like I didn't give it my all in that fight. It went to a decision, and she won the majority decision, but I just felt so flat. I definitely remember her leg kicks were sore. My leg was huge after the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, in that fight, I feel like I didn't give it my all. It went to the decision, and she won majority decision, but I just felt so flat in that fight. And I definitely remember her leg kicks were sore. My leg was huge after the fight. And then with the Chanel fight, like, I just remember her being like a Duracell bunny and like really good strike. And I remember I dropped her with the head kick, and then I went like on top for a ground and pound, and I think that brought her back to life again, and she just rose from the dead. And I was like, what do I have to do to put this girl away? And then I think it was the last round I took her down, and I ended up finishing her with the ground and pound. But like, she's so tough, and like, she's young as well, you know, like she has a really bright future ahead.
To her credit, Bannon showed incredible toughness, continuing to press forward despite the circumstances. She attempted to close the distance and turn the fight into a close-quarters brawl where she might have had an advantage. But Ditcheva's defensive head movement and footwork allowed her to slip most of Bannon's heavy shots. The fight went the distance, with Dakota Ditcheva earning a unanimous decision victory. But now we know the full story of what Bannon was battling through.
Take it on, take it on. I think you forget Mum's a jiu-jitsu, you know. Oi, okay. It's getting interesting now. Go on, black belt jiu-jitsu.
Go on, Lee, show it. Beautiful from Dakota, beautiful kick. It's going to be unbelievable.
Vicious knees and elbows, resounding kicks, and a pile of lifeless bodies behind her. Dakota Ditcheva is by far the most promising prospect in women's MMA today. Don't let her gentle, feminine look fool you.
Come on in.
The fence.
We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
With 13 finishes out of 14 wins, no defeats, and a jaw-dropping 93% finishing rate, this 26-year-old British Bulgarian is the kind of fighter who does not like taking prisoners. But every legend has a beginning,